Hey there, it's Laurie here. I am stopping in with a class for the November release for My Favorite Thing. There's a lot of fun things being released this month, but I am here to show you a new stamp set called Coffee Date, the sentiments and the dies and everything that goes with it. Today I'm going to show you how I made this card. There is the coffee details on the front with a gift card enclosure. I'm going to be using a few different products and let me show you what I'm using. The first thing I'm going to use is Blueprints 30. This one has the card panel with the scored line to make the flap right here. It also has several other details that you can add to the front of your card, but today I'm going to be using this little flap die, this banner. This die right here cuts the two circles that holds the gift card in place on the inside. So I'm just going to be using those 4 dies from this set. The other supplies I'll be using, the new set called Coffee Break. There are lots of sentiments included in this set that will be really fun for your coffee cards. And then this set is called Coffee Break. There's lots of different cups and mugs and solid stamps to color the outlines, some hearts. It's just a really fun set, and of course the dies are also available as well. To get started, the first thing I'm going to do is score my card base at 4 1/4. This score buddy works really well to score your cards. There's a little star right here and shows you just the right place to score your cards. We'll start the card by using the little die that cuts the circles out to hold the gift card in place. The best way to do this is just to center this on your card, and you can use a T-ruler to make sure that you've got that straight, and then just use a piece of Post-it tape to hold that down, and then I'll run and get that cut. So as you can see on the front of this card, there's just the 2 little die cuts where the card will slide right in. For now, I'm going to set this aside and we're going to work on the top layer. So for the front of the card, I have several die cuts here. I've cut the main frame and with the card flap out of white cardstock. I have another frame die cut from a adhesive label. This is going to be our mask for the card front. Last, I have a piece of fun foam, and I went ahead and die cut that already with the frame. This was just going to allow that frame on the front of the card to just be popped up for a little bit of dimension. The first thing I'm going to do is take this adhesive label and I'm going to cut the flap off just by following that score line. And now I have a mask to use on the outside of the frame. The best thing to do is just run your fingers over that label just to get rid of a little bit of that stickiness so it will peel off of your cardstock easily. And you just want to layer that down on the top. I'm going to be using the framework stencil from MFT just to add a little bit of color to the card. First, I'm going to put down my clear plastic. This is an old Cropper Hopper file. I've cut it down just so I can use it for things like this. I'm going to lay the card front down, and then I'm going to center the stencil right on top. Once I have that right where I want it, I'm just going to use some painter's tape to lock it in place. I'm going to be using frayed burlap, and I'm just going to be blending this really lightly on the card front. I don't want it too dark, but I just want it enough to add a little bit of color. So now with that done, I'm just going to take the adhesive label that I put down for my mask and peel that right off the front. So next I'm going to add the sentiment, I love you more than coffee, with some black ink. I'm going to center that down in the corner. Now I want to make 2 coffee cups to go on the front. The way I use my dies is a little different. I don't like to cut my dies apart, and I know my friends that are watching this are laughing. I like to keep them all together. So the way I do this is I'll stamp my image first, and I'm going to stamp 2 of these. Next, I just cut around the die cut just to get the edges off, and then I lay the die down on top. Once I have that centered right where I want it, I'll add Post-it tape or washi tape right down over the center to hold that in place, and then I'm going to run and go cut that. So now that I have those die cut, I'm going to add a little bit of red to the cups, and I'm just using Red Hot ink from MFT. I'm going to lay these cups on the card front where I want them attached, and then I'm also going to add in the hearts while I still have this flat card front. Just going to put those right next to the coffee cups. The next thing I'm going to do is create the frame from the fun foam. I'm going to cut this flap right off the frame. So to attach this to the back of this card panel, I've added some ATG to the fun foam, and I'm just going to lay that down right on the frame. And then I'm going to add some more. and then we can center this right on the card front. So that basically makes the structure of the card, and now we can add a few fun details. I've added some foam tape to the back of these coffee cups, and we're just going to attach these to the card front, just like that. Next, I'm going to use this little interactive labels set. This is really cute. Lift, tilt, spin, tear, just gives like little instructions you can add to your interactive cards, and we're going to add the word lift to the bottom of this. I added some ATG to the top, and now I'm just going to tuck that right down inside the card front. That gives you just a fun little interactive place to lift the card. The next thing I'm going to do is add my gift card. You can just use your finger and poke the little hole up and add one to the other side too, and that helps that card stay in place on the inside. One last thing I'm going to do is add a little sentiment banner. The sentiment is also from the coffee break set, and it says "This one's on me." This banner is from Blueprints 30, and I thought a fun thing to do would be to tuck these inside the holes. It fits perfectly. You can just slide that in and then slide on the inside, and that just adds a fun extra little message to your card. So that is all I have for today. I hope that you've enjoyed this video, and if you have questions, definitely send me an email. I hope you have a great day. Thanks so much for watching.